Operation Blenheim was a drug trafficking operation involving a Merseyside-based organised crime group that commenced at Tighton following intelligence received from Strathclyde Police that a group were extensively involved in supplying heroin and cocaine between Liverpool and Glasgow. The main principals of the investigation were Christopher Welsh Sr., his son Christopher Welsh Jr. and Mark Shields, who were all based in the Liverpool area. That group were responsible for orchestrating the large-scale supply of heroin between Liverpool and Glasgow.
David McIver was quickly identified as a significant member of the group. He was observed travelling back to his home address with a package. A subsequent search of him and his home address revealed a significant quantity of cash in the region of £91,000, together with a substantial amount of Class A drugs.
The investigation quickly identified the use of couriers using the rail system. Anthony Breen and Liam Clockworthy are pictured in the video, arriving at Glasgow railway station. They were subsequently detained at Preston railway station and Carlisle railway station respectively. In the pictures you can see the substantial amount of drugs and mixing agent that were recovered from Anthony Breen and Liam Clockworthy. The next significant activity took place on the 28th of July when a warrant was executed at Stephen Wood's home address. A press was recovered that contained moulds that matched the size of seizures from Liam Clockworthy, notably a rectangular press and a circular press which was similar in size and dimensions to drugs that had already been recovered. The couriers by now were travelling by vehicle to Glasgow.
On one such trip, John Bowles was observed meeting up with Martin Feeley, who seemed to hand him a package, and then following that he received a further package from Thomas Wallace. Police observed Bowles travelling back through Cumbria where he was stopped. A subsequent search of the vehicle revealed £53,000 in cash.
The photographs of the money that were recovered clearly showed that the drugs were marked with names. They had the names of Feeley and Caldwell, which identified two of the Scottish-based drug dealers, Alexander Caldwell and Martin Feeley. Another safe house had been identified for the group, 16A Regal Walk. A warrant was executed there on the 8th of October and a large amount of drugs and mixing agents were also recovered. Over 100 officers from Merseyside assisted the arrest phase of the operation on the 18th of October when all the principal nominals were arrested in raids across Liverpool. Subsequently, a similar arrest operation took place in Glasgow on the 30th of October with support from Strathclyde Police. At 16 Joshua Close, the home address of Ronald Harnick, several seizures were made, including a cocaine press used to press the drugs, together with rings in the garden that appeared to match the drums of mixing agent that were recovered at other addresses. The address of Colin Harrison in Victoria Settlements, a briefcase was thrown from the premises as the police executed the warrant, which broke open on the floor. In the pictures you can see the contents, which contained a large amount of Class A drugs and mixing agents. At Stephen Tynan's house, you can see in the video large amounts of drugs and mixing agents were also recovered. The home address of Brian Woods revealed several blocks of heroin that were recovered from the premises. The investigation led to the recovery of 32 kilos of Class A drugs, 105 kilos of mixing agent, with a combined street value of £12 million.
However, the investigation team were able to show a further 111 trips that the group had made between Liverpool and Glasgow. The estimated street value of drugs from these trips was between £100 and £200 million.
This was a massive criminal enterprise that we've managed to disrupt as part of this investigation. The final piece in this jigsaw is now to remove any criminal assets that this group have made from this enterprise. They were clearly making significant amounts of money. In the photograph shown, you can see Christopher Welsh's wedding. Paid for all the guests to travel to Mexico. £57,000 was paid for the trip in cash, and that will form part of the proceeds of crime investigation. Clearly, the T-shirts displayed by the group indicate that Christopher Welsh believed he was Pablo Escobar. Nobody's above the law and nobody's above Tighton's investigations, and I'm very pleased that we've been able to bring him and his group to justice.